Hello and goodbye, April. False alarm, I'm back, I guess. As you may remember, last month the plan was I was going to take a break. I was probably going to skip doing the update videos, but people asked for me to keep doing them, so why not? It doesn't take that much time, I might as well just do them. Stuff I have for this month actually did some things. Got a podcast out, episode 31. It was supposed to be an April Fool's, but it did come out in April, just not April 1st. The idea behind the podcast was going to be myths and untruths about video games, stuff that you heard back on the playground, stuff that you've heard even recently. For that podcast, as usual, co-host Andrew had Johnny Ketchum on, and Angrylanks, who is a speedrunner. He currently holds the world record for the fastest run in Contra, actually several runs in Contra, so check his stuff out. I'm gonna link one of them in the description. He did a Bad Dudes, which I love me some Bad Dudes. Go get a burger. For the podcast, I gotta thank Rick V. So cool. Rick V did the rough edit for the podcast, which really helped me out because it just takes a lot of time to go through that. So he's in there cutting out ums and uhs and all the problems that we had on the podcast, as we always do. So he kind of put together a rough for me, and then I went in and filled in the music. So thank you very much, Rick. I really appreciate it. He also did the awesome artwork, which you've seen in several most recent podcast episodes. So thank you for doing that. Speaking of Rick V, actually, he sent me a game, but along with it, he sent me some of his artwork. So I don't know if you could see that very well right there, but his art style is very cool. You can check out his stuff online. I will link it in the description below. Check it out. He offered to do all that stuff for me, by the way, and he did not ask me to plug his stuff, but I'm gonna do it anyway, just because I'm gonna do it. Also this month, Johnny Ketchum and I did a podcast for Invisible Cat Control. What? Invisible Cat Patrol. The podcast is called Victory Fanfare, and we did an episode about Shadow of the Colossus 2018 edition, game that I have put off playing forever, and then the new 2018 edition came out, we played it, we talked about it, so check that out, links in the description. Man, it's like I did stuff this month. It's crazy. I wasn't planning on having anything out. Last weekend, Brandon, my coworker Brandon came over, and we streamed Goemon's Great Adventure, just for fun. I have a new setup. I've got a green screen I'm looking at. You know, I've got these lights. I don't know. I still feel like I look weird. I don't know. How do I look? Tell me in the comments. I know my hair's not good, but anyway. So we did like a 3-hour stream, and thank you for coming and checking out the stream. I don't think it's up right now because the settings that I had in Twitch didn't carry over from like 4 years ago when I used to have them automatically archived. I think you actually have to like upgrade your account now until if and when that actually ever happens. But in the meantime, you can check out the one that I recorded last night, which was for Yokoi Kids. I played Super Mario Land. Check that out. You know, about almost a dozen people came out, 10 people came out. Pretty awesome. I want to stream more frequently, you know, I mean, as I kind of said, I was thinking about maybe doing a break thing. I thought it'd be cool to at least fill in the gaps with some streaming, but maybe it would be something I could do like on a weekly basis or something. I know I've talked about that before. If that's something you want me to do, let me know. I'll link to my Twitch as well below. And you can watch the Super Mario Land one. The Goemon one isn't out there, but I could probably start putting those up maybe on here if you wanted, or I could put them up on my podcast channel in case nobody's really interested in that. Streaming's a bit of a new thing for me. I've done it a few times, but I've never done it regularly. So there was a little technical hiccup at the beginning of this one and probably the one before that, but eventually I'll get it down. Maybe I'll get good at it. So back to what I was talking about last month, I said I was probably gonna take a 4-month break and I was gonna come back after I had backlogged some videos. That was a ill-conceived plan because I didn't do the math. I'm terrible at math, and it made sense in my head. Oh yeah, if I backlog 4 videos, I'll always be on that 5th video. Well, what I didn't take into account is how long it takes me to make a video. If I just took a week to make a video, that wouldn't be a problem. Very, very rarely do I actually only take a week to make a video. The longest video I've taken to make, I mean like working on it nonstop, probably over a month. You know, I've worked over 3 months, I've worked over years on things sometimes, but it's just like every once in a while I work on it. If I had to say solid, rarely do I go much over a month of solid nonstop work, but I have to figure that that's at the high end. I probably couldn't release videos more frequently than about a month. Some videos, 1, 2, 3 weeks. My record, the one I did for Yokoi Kids Quirk, I literally did that in an evening, like not just an evening, like half a day I did that. I was really surprised I was able to do that. If I could do more like that, then I'd have no problem, but I think that the type of things I'd like to do for the channel, they're gonna take more time than that. Still wanna do ones like that, but you know, I can't really account for those variables. Terrible at math again, so I think I'm just gonna have to do my best, and that's really all there is to it. What more can you do than your best, I suppose? I'm gonna probably try to stick with at least doing 1 a month, and maybe I could fit 2 in a month if I'm lucky, just kind of depending. The goal was to try to grow the channel by being consistent, which I never have been, and release frequent content. I don't think that I can do the frequent content piece of that, unfortunately. I work a full-time job. This is a second full-time job, believe it or not. Sometimes I work full-time hours on this stuff. I definitely did during the Wii video, that was insane. But I think that if I really focus and try my best, I could definitely stick to 1 a month. 2 a month would be nice, and I think I can't really guarantee much more than that. So I think if I'm consistent, I could say the last Thursday of every month, new video game video of some kind, of review or Game Show Ultra, NES Zapper video or something like that. And I'll fill in something else during the course of the month, I think. I was kind of hoping to have like a really solid thing when I come back, like relaunch the channel kind of, and you know, maybe I could do like a Patreon. A lot of people have said, hey, do a Patreon or something like that. I feel bad enough when I let people down as it is, when I say, hey guys, I'm working on this thing, and then it doesn't pan out. You know, you've been here, you know how it goes. And to do that for Patreon, when people are paying me to do, you know, whatever on a consistent basis, if I couldn't meet that, well, I mean, that'd be more than feel bad about that. That's just kind of wrong. So since I can't commit 100% of my time to the channel, full-time job, trying to work in life stuff and have a balance, which I do not have a balance right now. I need to work out and stuff. I haven't done nothing. I think that's the challenge. And so maybe I'll do a Patreon someday. I don't know. What do you think? Obviously, you know that I have a hard time keeping up with stuff. So I don't know. Knowing that, I suppose, what are your thoughts? I don't know if that's just like a pipe dream. Maybe I can get there. Maybe I'll never get there. You know, working a full-time job, what can I do? No official break, I guess, right now. Things haven't really picked up with the Plastic to Pixels videos, which was kind of my original idea for taking some time off, and I could backlog videos during the same time. So that hasn't really picked up, so I've still been kind of focusing on my stuff. I finished actually you can tell my voice is a little raspy maybe. I recorded the voiceover for Goemon's Great Adventure today, which means the script is completely done, voiceover done. I need to edit that tomorrow, and then I can actually start putting in some clips and edit that thing together. It's gonna be a beast. I'm talking about maybe a half-hour video for that, just under, I think. I wanna have that out definitely in May. I'm thinking I could definitely make it by the last Thursday of May if I'm gonna try and do that, you know. I kind of wanted to relaunch the channel with like having a promotional video, like new video every blank, because that's what people expect. Well, I can't really commit to something other than a month. I couldn't do any more frequent than a month. I couldn't guarantee that, you know. Guarantee is even a little bit loose. So if I said, you know, by the last Thursday of every month or something like that, what do you think? Let me know. If you have any thoughts or advice, I would love that, because I don't know. I'm just trying, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just shooting in the dark. We'll see what happens. Is that a saying? Shooting in the dark. Shot in the dark, stab in the dark, something. Stabbing westward? I don't know. So kind of vlog things really quick. First weekend of this month, I think it was, I went downtown with Brandon. I got a raid pass to try and catch Mewtwo, which I did. And then I got a raid pass for the very next week. So while we were downtown, sometimes Brandon and I like to do this. We'll go downtown, we'll drink some beer, we'll just go play Pokemon Go. I know that seems ridiculous to those of you that either never played it or dropped off immediately like a lot of people did. It's actually a lot of fun, like just kind of teaming up with people, you random people that you find, and then we'll go to this other raid together, just meeting strangers and stuff. Anyway, at the end of one night, some guy comes up to me, and I did not catch your name or get a picture, but someone came up and they're just like, hey, where are the toys at? Like, what are they talking about? And he's just like, hey, you know, like, I saw your stuff, like Pixel Dan's stuff. I'm like, oh, wow. He's like, yeah, I saw you on the Game Chasers too. I was like, oh, that's cool. And like, as I was about to say, like, hey, could we take a picture? He's like, cool, I just want to say hi, peace. And I'm like, okay, bye. I couldn't get a picture. So normally I like to do that. Anyway, I got recognized in public again, freaking crazy. So I kind of got noticed through Pixel Dan and Game Chasers, but I'll take what I can get. That's awesome to me. Also in Pokemon Go, they have the field research, special research thing. So I also caught Mew. That was kind of a cool thing for me. I don't know. Does anyone care about this stuff? I can stop. Okay, pickups. I've been trying to get through this kind of quick because I have a lot of pickups to go over, believe it or not. I think these were the games that I left in my car last time. I got Wipeout 64, Mission Impossible. Not that I'm gonna review this, but you might see this in a video sometime soon. It's like, I know it's bad, but there's a reason I bought this. Yoshi! Topsy-Turvy! Never played it. Sounds cool, looked cool. I think it's one of those motion control-y ones, Game Boy Advance. I remember playing this back in the day when I worked at a used game store, Vampire Hunter D. I don't remember it being especially great, but I saw it at a decent price and figured I would check it out again. Rhythm Heaven Fever, but not really, just Rhythm Heaven on DS. I have the box, I think, already, or did I have the disc and I just couldn't find the box? I can't. In any case, I got the cartridge and the box for like $5, totally worth it. Another game I remember hearing was pretty decent. I got Shinobi on 3DS, good price. Double damn it. I just love me some Diddy Kong Racing, so I got Diddy Kong Racing DS. Also cheap, a fair price, how about that? I got World Cup on Game Boy. I saw this and thought, maybe this one's the one that I'm thinking of that they had on NES, that had the Kunio-kun characters. Maybe, maybe not. I think so, pretty sure. Bomberman Max Red Challenger on this Game Boy Color. I remember seeing this back when I worked at the used game store, and it was kind of like they were trying to do like a Pokemon Red Blue thing, and I was just kind of like, eh. I like Bomberman a lot more now than I did then, so I wanted to check it out. That's kind of the thing about Yokoi Kids. It's kind of like re-sparked my love for the Game Boy. I played through Pocket Bomberman Pocket. I played through Pocket Bomberman for Yokoi Kids, and I was just like, man, you know, Game Boy games are fun. Like, it's cool that you can play it. Pretty much I play it on my Retron 5, but you know, I used to have to strain, and like nowadays my eyes aren't as great, so I would really strain with an old Game Boy, but to actually play it on a console is pretty fun. I used to have a Super Game Boy back in the day, but just doing that again is fun. Now on the Game Boy, baseball for the Game Boy. It's got Mario in it. Also Mario in it. Golf on the Game Boy. Okay, lighting's better now. Congo's Caper on Super Nintendo. I saw it and thought, man, caveman games? Heck yeah, that brings me back. Trojan on NES. Was it the last podcast or the one before that? Angrylanks was talking about a game that he couldn't remember. Nope, it was this most recent one. And he said it was Trojan, and it sounded cool, so I want to check it out. I'm ramping up. Crossroad Crisis. Back at the end of the PS1 days, they released some value titles, and this was one of those in the series. I mean, they were selling for like 10 bucks new or something like that. And actually the ones I've played were pretty decent. This one looked kind of cool. Kind of looks like a pipe dream game or something like that. Hey, I said pipe dream earlier. Remember that? You can rewind it. Don't do that. Wolfenstein something or other on PS3. I just wanted it. I remember hearing about it and it seemed like it was cool, so I'm checking it out. Dragon Quest Heroes on PS4. This is actually, I'm ashamed to admit this, you might have seen in my game room video, my final game room video, that I have a wall scroll of this on my wall that goes into my storage area. And a couple Retroware expos ago, Pete Skerrit gave me that, and I didn't even have this game, and I was like, I love Dragon Quest, so I figured I'd eventually check it out, put it on my wish list, and I finally found it. For cheap. This was brand new, 20 bucks. Yeah, totally wrapped up and everything. And I didn't even know that this had come out, but we got Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap. I was talking a lot about Wonder Boy with that last month with the Wii games, and I just didn't even know this was still around. Like, I mean, I'm not sure exactly who made it. I didn't look in Nicolius? I don't know. Anyway. Nicholas? I don't know. Anyway, it looks cool. Hopefully it's cool. I don't have it down here, but I also picked up the new God of War, which I've been playing. That's pretty cool. I guess that's what I've been playing, done. I've been saving the best for last. Just wait till you see this stuff. I don't do a lot of eBay, but I got really lucky. So I got this boxed Famicom. It's got everything with it. Some of the hookups are not that great, but I got Famicom in the box. That's not all. Here's the Famicom, by the way. You might be wondering, why has Eric got a Famicom? I thought he got one in Japan. I sure did, but I'll tell you what, the RF switch was just kind of whack on it, and it always looked a little crappy. So I just wanted to make sure that that was the case. Got one of these. Yes, this one plays a heck of a lot better, looks a lot better, and I'm gonna need it because of this next bit. I got me a Famicom Disk System. I just never thought I'd get one of these. Usually pretty expensive. I actually talked about it in my Wii video, and I didn't even own one yet, but I just remember hearing that there was a lot of problems like with the belt and that kind of thing. I looked on the thing on eBay, the description, it said that everything worked. I know that these are prone to have problems with the band that's in it, so I may have to repair that eventually, but it said it works now, so I'm expecting it to work now. Haven't tested it out yet because I haven't gotten any Disk System games, which I actually have on order. Should be getting them in the next couple weeks. So those items that I got are kind of part of a plan that I have for new videos. So the reason I got those is I do have plans for future videos involving those. So hopefully that'll work really well because I need it to work so that I can capture video game footage and that kind of thing. But I got a couple games on the way and I plan on getting more because, you know, Famicom Disk System always just seemed like something out of reach to me because I needed to get a good working Famicom that wasn't too expensive, and that's actually not that easy. I mean, they're not super expensive, but to get one that works well, obviously I had to go through a second one to get one that works well, and it works. Disk System, don't know yet. Hopefully I'll have a report for you next month that will be good. A good report. Still part of the same eBay auction that I won. Came with 6 games, got Star Force. This is a cool game. I remember Adino played it. Done. Biosenshi. Here's another game Adino played. Biosenshi Dan. Yeah. It is very cool. I remember watching him play it. Pretty sure. I think he did. Tried these games out really quickly earlier today. Star Soldier. There was actually a Star Soldier game that I kind of regret not buying now on WiiWare. Too late to buy it, so hopefully those come out somewhere. But anyway, it's a shooter. I mean, it's just another shooter really. Maybe nothing special, I don't know. Speaking of which, Star Luster. It's a shooter, shoot 'em up, shmup. Dragon Buster 2, this is kind of cool, like dungeon crawling something or other. It's like you've got this really tight view and it only reveals stuff like just in front of your face, and then all of a sudden there's like a skeleton or something. It's kind of cool, I was checking that out today. It was kind of repetitive, so I played it for a little bit and then moved on. Hana no Star Gaido. Hana no Star Gaido, I guess like Flower Star Road or something, Journey to Flower Star, something, I don't know. You can see these two characters here. This is a really weird game. I started playing it today, I was thinking, man, it's really weird. You've got two characters that you control at the same time, and you can control the distance that they're standing apart, but you have to platform and they move and do exactly the same thing. So for some jumps you want them close, other jumps you want them further, and it's kind of difficult because they're pretty far on the screen and stuff comes at you fast, so I died a lot, but it's interesting. These two guys are trying to become musician stars or something like that, I don't know. So I got the Famicom Disk System, 6 Famicom games. Guess how much all that cost me? 80 bucks. I think that that's a really good deal. I was super excited and happy to get that. I tried with the auction, like I really haven't done auctions for a long time, but I'm like, if I'll put in my last minute auction, because that's what most people try to do in my experience. I'm like, put it, and I was trying to put it like at the last second, and it was like, but are you sure you want to do it? I was like, yes. I was like, you sure? Yes. Like, for really sure? And I couldn't hit the button. It's like, you won. It's like, oh, thank goodness, because I really didn't think I was gonna get that last bid in. Don't remember the name of the seller, but he gave me all that stuff. It was in good condition, and it also included Transformers for some reason, Dark of the Moon. I don't even know which one that is, but it really isn't anything to do with did I say Star Wars? Transformers. It's actually like graph paper. Like I can write and practice kanji in here, which is actually great because I would like to try to take the JLPT N2 this year. I really don't think that that's gonna happen. I mean, I might take it, but I really don't think I'll pass it. I should have already been studying like 2.5 hours a day to do that. And obviously, as you know, with all my other plans, there's no way I can do everything. So maybe I'll just try to plan to do my best and fail this year so that I'll know better for the year after, wow, the next year. Let's work on English first, shall we? So like I said, what I've been playing, you know, Goemon's Great Adventure. I've had to capture footage for several games, which you'll see in the video. So I've been playing those, played through Super Mario Land last night, and I've played a little bit of God of War, the new game. Really cool what I've seen so far. Want to play more of it, but there's no time. I've pretty much decided I'm gonna go ahead and just make videos as often as I can. It would be great if I could at least have a consistency to it, but the frequency probably won't be a whole lot more than it's been. Backlogging videos is just, it's a game that I'll never win because eventually there'll be a point where I need to take a month to make a video and then my plan is shot. Unless I plan for videos to come out once a month, there's really no way to beat that, I don't think, with my current workload, I suppose. So we'll see, but I'm gonna stick with the update videos for now as long as everyone wants me to keep doing them. Please send me your advice and comments in the comments. And other than that, have a lovely month and I'll see you next month. Pew!